OSRC News at 7. Ondo parents, schools brace for 2025-2026 academic session resumption. Ondo Assembly Ministry partner for grassroots development. International organization seeks 20% funding to boost Nigeria's health system. And from the foreign scene, Italian fashion legend Giorgio Armani dies at 91. Good evening and a warm welcome to the news at 7, coming to you live from OSRC Television. I am Obi Chukwemeka Oti. We begin from the home front. The Ondo State Ministry of Health paid a courtesy visit to the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation, OSRC, to discuss strategies aimed at eradicating malaria in the state. The meeting focused on leveraging OSRC's broadcasting platforms to raise public awareness about the importance of using insecticide-treated nets. Adewumi Taiwo concludes the report.
Remains one of the oldest and most persistent parasitic diseases causing widespread human suffering worldwide. Transmitted by mosquitoes, it predominantly affects tropical and subtropical regions. Throughout history, malaria has posed a serious threat, especially to the most vulnerable populations globally. In response, the Ondo State Ministry of Health paid a courtesy visit to the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation. The visit aimed to explore opportunities to effectively reach a broader audience and enhance health education and awareness about malaria prevention across Ondo State. Representative of the Ministry of Health, Afolayan Abolaji, said Nigeria accounts for over 25% of global malaria cases according to worldwide statistics. In light of this, the Ministry of Health seeks to build a strong partnership and collaborate closely with the management to combat malaria effectively.
Every persons that go to our hospitals, more than 60% of them are due to malaria. That is why if malaria is off as our problem, in fact, the brain drain confronting our health workers at health facilities will be minimal. We have found that just a year down the line, when people have been given net in 2021, only about 20% of households slept inside that net. That is, the use of this net is not tantamount to the ownership. So, and when we consider the huge resources that is going into this net, we wouldn't want to look and just be looking. That's why we have come up with this strong advocacy.
Director General of OSRC, Kenneth Odushola Stevenson, represented by his technical advisor, Collins Olagundoye, stated that both the Ministry of Health and OSRC are committed to reducing malaria cases and enhancing the health and well-being of Ondo State residents.
This is a communication organization, for the purpose of dissemination of information. And having gotten that, I want to believe that we're going to do our bit, and the DG has directed that, when you come, I should be able to tell you this.
The State Health Promotion Officer, Ajibola Messi, said the Ondo State Ministry of Health will be distributing about 3.6 million insecticide-treated nets to the most vulnerable to prevent the disease.
Once a mother is dead or something happened to any mother in the family, it affects the children. And also, when it affects the children, the whole community is affected. So we have to do something fast. And the leading thing we can do to prevent this is to distribute nets so that people can sleep under nets and can prevent any this malaria disease.
This collaboration aims to boost healthcare delivery and increase public awareness about health issues across the state, ultimately improving the well-being of its residents. Adewumi Taiwo, OSRC News.
In the same vein, in a renewed commitment to deepening democratic structures of the grassroots, the Ondo State House of Assembly has reiterated its resolve to strengthen grassroots governance across the state. Chairman, House Committee on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Oluwatoyin Japhet, during a visit to Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, emphasized the importance of empowering local government systems to promote sustainable development at the grassroots. Assembly correspondent Omoshilera Desoya Ajayi now reports.
The visit of the committee led by its chairman, Oluwatoyin Japhet, was in a bid to strengthen collaboration with the relevant government agencies to improve grassroots governance and ensure effective service delivery across the state. The chairman appreciated the ministry's cooperation with the assembly while underscoring the importance of synergy between the executive and legislative arms of government. He emphasized the need for training and workshop for newly elected councillors and clerks, warning that lack of proper guidance could lead to unnecessary conflicts between council chairmen and legislative houses at the local government level.
If these people run out of their limits, of their limitation, we cannot blame them because they are from different backgrounds. They might not know much about what is available and what the operations of the legislative houses are to be. There are documents that are supposed to be provided for them at the section of their office. Just as we, the house, we were being acquainted with all these documents that guide us, the standing rules, the code of conduct, and the rest of them that are supposed to be their guiding paper, they don't have.
Other members of the committee stressed the importance of the effective implementation of local council development areas (LCDAs), urging the ministry to work closely with the Assembly Committee to develop an efficient plan for their operations. The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Amidu Takuro, acknowledged the crucial oversight role of the Assembly, which are evident across the council areas in the state.
Have been enjoying their unprecedented cooperation. There was never a time that we do have any issue. Rather, we always collaborate. In most of our team, we always involve the chairman of the committee to represent the interests of the committee virtually in most of our plans that has to do with improvement of service of our people. We are intentionally doing this because we know the role of the House of Assembly in a local government administration in Nigeria. They are the ones that are directly in charge by virtue of the law of the land. I want to acknowledge that not only to work with them, but to partner with them, to synergize with them.
He informed that the ministry is working on amending the local government and chieftaincy law to reflect present-day realities and called for total support of the legislators. Omoshiliola Adesoya Ajayi, OSRC News.
President Bola Tinubu has commenced a 10-day vacation as part of his 2025 annual leave. According to a statement by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the president will spend the 10 working day vacation between France and the United Kingdom, after which he will return to Nigeria. His earlier foreign trips has taken him to Brazil, the United States, France, the United Kingdom, China, South Africa, Germany, Tanzania, and the United Arab Emirates, among others, where he conversed for foreign investment, trade, and political support. In the meantime, the federal government has declared Friday, September 5, 2025, as a public holiday to mark this year's Eid al-Mawlid, the celebration of the birth of Prophet Muhammad. In a statement by the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, the government congratulated Muslims across the country and in the diaspora on the occasion, urging them to emulate the Prophet's virtues of peace, love, humility, tolerance, and compassion. The statement also urged Nigerians of all faiths to use the celebration to pray for peace, security, and stability in the country, while supporting government's efforts to strengthen national unity and foster development. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has urged Nigerians to imbibe the culture of transparency and accountability to fully eradicate corruption in the country. The chairman of EFCC, Ola Olukayode, made the call at an annual conference in Efuru, Delta State. The anti-graft chairman said that good governance could be attained with collective efforts as good citizens. The FCC boss said it was worrisome that Nigeria was regarded as a nation with entrenched culture of corruption and impunity in Africa. Olukayode appealed to the media to help change the narrative by stepping up advocacy against corruption. He also appealed to the media practitioners to desist from glamorizing corruption. You're watching the news at 7, coming to you live from OSRC television. We'll go on this break. When we return, we'll serve you more stories. Don't go away.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is here. Dial star 900 hash and recharge 100 naira or more before 5 p.m. and you could be a millionaire. At 7 p.m., all cash prizes will be paid directly into your Momo account. Dial star 900 hash. Start recharging now and stand a chance to win big in the MTN Mega Billion promo.
Remember how mom used to wake up before everybody to make breakfast, iron our uniform? Surprise that woman with something special.
Reward your mom with a trip to Zanzibar in the 2025 Three Crowns Mom of the Year competition. Write a note using each letter in your mom's name and submit with any of these on our website or at any of our collection centers. T's and C's apply. 3 Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
You're welcome back. You can watch us live on our website, www.osrc.ng, or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel. Now to the rest of the news. With the September 15th school resumption date approaching, preparations for the 2025-2026 academic session are in full swing. Despite the rising cost of educational materials due to inflation, parents are making every effort to equip their children with essential supplies. Joy Pius reports that stakeholders in Ondo State are ready for the new academic session, set to begin on Monday, September 15, 2025.
As the holiday period draws to a close, parents, guardians, and school administrators across Nigeria are gearing up for the new academic session. In Ondo State, parents and guardians are busy meeting their children's needs, from purchasing uniforms and stationery to providing comfortable chairs and lockers for their wards. Parents who spoke to OSRC expressed concerns about the current economic challenges, but emphasized their commitment to ensuring their children receive quality education despite inflation.
We have brought the materials such as textbook, school uniform. It's not easy. It's not easy. At least like a locker, now we buy a locker 18,000. Textbook almost 46,000 for the textbook and the big notes. The school uniform we put it at 39,000.
Kò séèyàn náà tí ọmọ yẹn á ṣe exam then pé òun fẹ́ lọ sí senior class tó ní amúra ná bẹ̀tẹ̀ aṣáàdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ náà pé Ọlọ́run ò kọ ìlérí fún wa pé lọ́jọ́ tí ní pé a ṣe láyọ̀ àti àlàáfíà.
For Amirat Olagoke, gaining admission into her dream school is the most exciting moment of her life.
I'm happy to be in secondary school because this is my first time in St. Louis, and I'm happy because of such experience.
School administrators say they are finalizing plans to create a conducive learning environment for both new and returning students.
We are prepared. Just yesterday we had staff meeting with our staff to prepare them, giving them temporary register to put the names of promoted students. The environment, you can see, is clean. As we are coming, we already have cleaners that sweep, the leaves because we are on holidays. They are doing it. The field is yet to be done because we want it to be closer. We use chemical to spray them. Everything will be in place.
We had a meeting with the parents, just as one parent yesterday, and the admission process started fully today. So then because we are preparing for our staff meeting, that will be next week. But everything we are put in place, the committee, class teachers, everything. Already put everything in place.
Parents called for improved communication, enhanced teacher support, and a safe, healthy environment from school authorities. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
The World Health Organization, WHO, has called for Nigeria to increase its public health spending to at least 20% of total health expenditure to boost its health system. The WHO Regional Director for Africa, Professor Muhammad Yakub Janabi, at the National Health Financing Policy Dialogue 2025 in Abuja, noted that sustainable financing is the backbone of resilient health systems. Professor Janabi stressed that with a population of over 200 million citizens, how Nigeria finances its health sector is crucial not only for the well-being of its people, but also for the future of the continent. He added that to increase public health spending, Nigeria must reduce out-of-pocket payments, strengthen pooling and prepayment mechanisms, and use evidence-based decision-making to guide fair and informed decision-making. In another development, the federal government and the International Fertilizer Development Center, IFDC, have struck a deal to ensure the availability and affordability of fertilizer in order to fast-track food sovereignty. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, who disclosed this at a meeting with IFDC officials at the Africa Food Systems Forum in Senegal, stated that the collaboration would ensure technical assistance for data-driven fertilizer recommendation support for local blending capacity and initiatives to curb adulteration in the input supply chain. Kyari pointed out that there was a need to strengthen input markets, expand last-mile delivery systems, and scale climate-smart soil fertility practices for smallholder farmers. Scores of retired Nigerian soldiers have blocked the entrance to the Federal Ministry of Finance in Abuja, protesting the alleged delay in releasing funds to the Military Pensions Board for the payment of their outstanding entitlements. The pensioners said they resorted to the fresh protest after officials of the Ministry of Finance failed to honor earlier assurances that their benefits will be paid by August 10. The retired soldiers have in recent years staged several protests in Abuja and other cities, lamenting delays in payment of their pensions and accusing authorities of neglect. As of press time, the Ministry of Defense, Defense Headquarters, and the Military Pensions Board had yet to respond to the protests. Ondo State Governor Dr. Lucky Aiyedatiwa has expressed deep sorrow over the death of Otumba Bamidele Akingboye, an illustrious son of Ikale land and former governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party, SDP. In a condolence message, the governor described the passing as a painful loss, noting that Akingboye lived a life of purpose, service, and goodwill. He said the late politician's numerous good deeds would remain a source of comfort to the people he impacted during his lifetime. Aidatiwa, on behalf of the government and people of Ondo State, prayed for God to grant the bereaved family, friends and associates the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss, while also asking for eternal rest for the deceased. Outside Nigeria, Italian fashion legend Giorgio Armani, king of a high-end lifestyle empire, has died at the age of 91. The Armani Group announced, describing him as its creator, founder, and tireless driving force. The best-known contemporary designer, Armani, opened his fashion house in Milan in 1975, quickly rising to the top of the industry and going to dress stars. His funeral will be private, the group said, but well-wishers can pay respects beforehand at a funeral chamber open on Saturday and Sunday in Milan. The Italian icon was credited with inventing red carpet fashion, but also moved into a younger and less expensive range through Emperor Armani and open luxury hotels. His death came just weeks ahead of celebrations marking 50 years of his eponymous label. Hope of finding survivors in the rubble of homes devastated by a powerful earthquake in eastern Afghanistan over the weekend that killed more than 1,400 people is fading as emergency services struggle to reach remote villages. In Kona's Nogel district, victims remain trapped under destroyed structures and were difficult to rescue. Local official Ijaz Uladyad told a news agency that there are some villages which have still not received aid. Meanwhile, at least 15 people were killed and 18 others injured when Lisbon's Gloria Funukula railway car derailed and crashed in Portugal. The accident occurred as the Funukula, a major tourist attraction linking Retiradoras Square and Bairro Alto, suddenly lost control and veered off the tracks. Ura Olami Olanipekun has details.
Lisbon's popular Gloria Funicular derailed and crashed Wednesday, leaving more than a dozen dead and at least 18 injured, that according to an emergency medical spokesperson. The destroyed yellow tram-like funicular carries people up and down a steep hillside in the Portuguese capital. Emergency workers were pulling people out of the wreckage. The commander of Lisbon Professional Firefighters, Alexander Rodriguez, spoke to reporters.
We were alerted of the derailment of the Santa Justa elevator at 6:08 p.m. We arrived at the scene in 3 minutes, getting there very quickly. The causes of the accident will have to be analyzed by the competent authorities.
Police investigators were inspecting the site, and the Prosecutor General's office said it will open a formal investigation. The Gloria Line, which opened in 1885, transported around 3 million people annually. The authorities did not identify the victims or disclose their nationalities, but said some foreign nationals are among the dead. President Marcelo Rebelo da Silva lamented the tragic accident in a statement, expressing hope that authorities will establish what had caused the crash. Ura Olami Olanipekun, OSRC News.
We'll now bring you the report where we told you that hope of finding survivors in the rubble of homes devastated by a powerful earthquake in eastern Afghanistan over the weekend that killed more than 1,400 people is fading as emergency services struggle to reach remote villages. Tony Kayode has more.
Entire villages lie in ruins, home flattened, families left with nothing. The only way in or out is by helicopter. Roads remain blocked, cutting off desperate communities. In Kuna province, the worst hit in Monday's earthquake. Most families lived in fragile, mud-stone homes. They are now sifting through rubble, salvaging what little remains.
22 people of my family died. My uncle, my cousins, my wife. My uncle's wives, my cousins' wives, and the rest were children. All of them perished. No help provided to my people. Nobody came to us other than the locals who rescued the injured and buried the dead.
Survivors speak of massive losses.
We have at least 600 to 700 dead here, 70 villages destroyed out of the 120 highland villages. Since this is a mountainous area, most of our people live high up in the mountains.
I apologize, that's the much we can take in that report. To round off the news at 7 here again at the major stories, we told you that preparations are underway for the 2025-2026 academic session in Ondo State, as parents and guardians have started equipping their children and wards with essential supplies despite economic challenges. We also told you that Ondo State House of Assembly has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthen grassroots governance by collaborating with relevant government agencies. You also heard that World Health Organization has urged Nigeria to increase its public health spending to at least 20% of total health expenditure, as this would help boost the country's health system and reduce out-of-pocket payments. And outside Nigeria, you heard that Italian fashion legend and former founder of the Armani Group, Giorgio Armani, has passed at the age of 91. And that's the news at 7. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good evening.